don't go to the intentions retreat. Unless you intend to live a thriving life in 2015. That's all I have to say. I last year watched my husband Leo, who's in the front row, go to the intentions retreat, set the intention to do more with his music, and watch what happened when he did that. As he started to write, play, compose, record, perform, it was pretty awesome. So I had the opportunity to go to the intentions retreat in 2014 in January, and it's been a really amazing year. So I it's funny because I pulled out my little notebook and looked at everything that I had said I wanted to do. It was like, whoa, look at all the stuff that happened. So a couple of things. First of all, I want to say I really got that setting intentions is not the same as setting goals. So if you don't like setting goals, this has nothing to do with that. It's not the same as making resolutions. It has a totally different effect in your life, and it did in mine. So if I set an intention that I'm going to travel internationally, then as opportunities come to travel internationally, I can say yes. So what it became for me was a year of yes, like going, oh, yes, that's aligned with my intention. Yes, I'll do that. So that living a life of yes was part of then my theme that I set, and you do this at the intention retreat too. My theme this year was joyous discovery, thriving life. I decided that's how I wanted to live this year. And so I picked out 4 intentions. I had more, but I picked these 4 because they all kind of work together, and they actually sort of look contradictory on the surface. So these were my 4 intentions. My intention this year, one of them was to build a solid partnership with Leo that brings out the best in each of us, in each other. One was to travel 8 weeks out of the year and work 30% less. One was that my daughter Grace, who's starting her freshman year in high school this year, would have a thriving year. She would experience a thriving year and flourish in her high school experience. And one was that I would revise our flagship leadership development program for our company that was called NetSpeed Leadership, so still was called that. Anyway, so those are the 4. And when I looked at these individually and thought of them as goals, I got really tired. But when I started to hold them as intentions, everything shifted. So just to give you a couple examples of how my intention to build a solid partnership with Leo that brings out the best in each of us manifested in December. We decided to buy tickets to the last game of the Seahawks season. They were frickin' expensive. So it was like I researched it and I called them and went, honey, oh my God, these tickets are so expensive. Should we do this? And we decided together, yes, we would do it. Leo's like, I've never been to a professional football game. And I went, neither have I. But we decided to do it. We were totally into it. This is our family Christmas present. We did it. And within like a week, Leo calls me and he goes, I've been invited to sing on the same Sunday at a church. Now, this could have gone to a very dark place. But in that moment, and knowing that my intention is for both of us to bring out the best in each other, that I went, find out what time the service is. I bet you can do both. And so he did, and we could. We took separate cars. He met us at the stadium after he played at the service. We had a beautiful time without any conflict there. Do you see that? It was like, oh, cool. Traveling 8 weeks out of the year and working 30% less. I got to tell you, that seems in direct contradiction to me in revamping our leadership program from top to bottom, which literally was 24 modules built for the face-to-face classroom and the virtual classroom, so really 48 training programs. And up until I went to the intentions retreat, I had no idea how to do that without working myself to death. It just felt like too much. But at the intentions retreat, when I said, but I really want that, that's really what I want, everything unfolded like I knew how to do it. So I really got that clear intention comes with the means. It opens up how that will happen. And what ended up happening was I actually delegated and learned how to trust other people. So my team took it on, and they did an amazing job. In like 6 months, we had this completely revamped program that's gorgeous and bringing new clients in, and I worked 30% less and traveled about 7 weeks. I went to Greece with the CSL trip. Yay, my CSL trippers. I took my family to Williamsburg and to Washington, D.C. I went to Nicaragua. So I didn't quite make 8 weeks, but I've never traveled 7 weeks in 1 year. It was really very cool. The last thing I'll say is that the fourth intention I want to talk about was my daughter loving her high school experience. And because of her needs, the best high school for her is in Burien, and we live 5 minutes from here. So we chose that, and I committed to her having a thriving, flourishing experience in her high school as a freshman, and I drive to Burien back and forth twice a day. If you had told me that I would spend 3 to 3.5 hours in the car every day and love it, like a year ago, I would have gone, are you nuts? But it has been a wonderful time with her. We have a great time. I discovered the Waze app. I know 100 different ways to get through downtown Seattle during rush hour traffic. And I've enjoyed the process of supporting her, creating her thriving year in high school. So what I want to say about all of that is those 4 things on the surface, held as intentions, are so much more powerful than calling them goals, and have made it possible for me to have this amazing, thriving year. So I guess that's what I'll say is say yes to the Intentions Retreat and intentions and see what happens in your life.